Black Oni.
Context, we have just started a new campaign and our characters have met, but they haven't actually done anything yet. So we're just kind of like going through this town. Got a little bit of an introduction to the characters that we have here. So I'm going to start with Case's character, who was Adrax.
I'm Adrax. My stand, also Pro Quesadilla, who's going to be playing it. I am a River Knight Dragonborn Paladin on the path of vengeance. So gonna be fun, and I'm excited to play.
Yes. And then next up we have Zack, who's playing Nami.
Yes. Hi, I'm Zack. I'm playing Nami. She's a desert elf rogue.
Nice. Tell me a little something about her. Give me.
She's cool. She likes to steal things. And that's all you need to know.
Awesome. Next, we have Empress Oni, otherwise known as Daughter in this.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My character is Daughter. She is a fireball druid. And she is on the way to... with a magical star map, on the way looking for stuff. So we'll see what develops with that.
Mysteries.
Mysteries.
So many.
I like how we still all don't remember who we're playing.
Not a thing.
Well, we had a session 0 where we got to like start our role play adventure, but then there's still a lot of like we wrote down a lot of stuff for our characters, but it's been a few weeks since that actually happened. So there's like, well, where am I looking for again?
Hey, Will, do you want to introduce yourself last, and then we'll jump in?
Yes. Well, we'll introduce you real quick. Tom, you're the dungeon master.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Tom. I'm the dungeon master. I'll be playing a variety of characters.
And I'm Cyren, a tiefling who is on a path towards finding someone who did a thing. And that's all I can really say. He's a...
Keep it vague.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And they all just kind of happened to come together, and now here we are.
Yes.
And now here we are. Yes. And so in session 0, we learned how the four of you joined together as you traveled northward along the Greenway Path through the rain-soaked continent of Wildmount. By the way, this is a Wildmount campaign. Reaching the gnomish sort of work hard, play hard engineering town of Harperduke. And where you were hoping to spend a night before you continued northward towards the various places that you're all going. As you entered town, you were given free drink tokens to spend at the Blushing Tankard by an elderly gnome named Abby Shutterstone, who assured you that the Blushing Tankard had good drinks and, more importantly, reasonable stairs. Not ones to pass up free drinks, you proceeded through the Ironlot streets towards the stairway that climbs up the side of the mountain towards the upper Idlework Shelf district where the Blushing Tankard is located. However, as you traversed the city, the peace of the evening was shattered by a massive explosion that blew shards of rock out over the base of the mountain just a few hundred feet from where you all started. And then, as you reacted to this sight, you saw emerging out of the billowing smoke a group of cloaked figures who were charging towards you down the street. So, we are jumping right into it. Players, these figures are rapidly approaching. What are you doing?
I'm readying my blade in anticipation of my opponent's next attacks. Just in case, though, they may actually be running from something, so I'm being cautious.
It could be. All you see is you just see this group of figures running towards you. They're all wearing cloaks. 5 of them are sort of short, low to the ground. You can't really see their faces. And then there's one that's sort of leading the charge, towering above the rest of them.
Do I see them carrying any weapons?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
15.
15. Yeah, so the one that's out front, you can see clearly, like glinting in the moonlight, a breastplate and a longsword that this Goliath woman is carrying as she's charging down the streets. It's a little hard to see with the smaller figures that are running behind, mostly because they're enveloped in these cloaks.
How tall is this Goliath woman?
She's tall. She is about 8 feet. So really, there's a very large height difference. It's like 8 feet and like 3 feet between these figures coming towards you.
Got it. Alright.
How far away are they again? Are they within 30 feet?
They're not quite within 30 feet. They're maybe about 45 feet away. And if you go on Owlbear, you should be able to see the map. So if you were to move, you could get to a place where they're within 30 feet of you. But from where you're standing, in fact, from where you're standing, you'd only be able to see a couple of them. You'd have to sort of get out more into the street to see the rest of them as they're coming in.
I see.
Let's see.
I think I'm gonna not quite hide, kind of slink slightly behind daughter.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's the tallest person, right? Correct in that group?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna kind of slink behind her a little bit, and just just prepare myself for anything that's about to go down.
Okay. All right. So just readying, watching. All right, yeah. and the other two of you, so Daughter and Adrax.
I would say that as I see these figures coming our way, I keep a hand on my battle axe and let out a soft growl, because as I am a dragon, I have this little form of intimidation, I guess, in case they're gonna come straight for us. So just know that I'm readying myself.
Okay, and you're right out there in the open there, though. You're not like Nami, not trying to hide. Right. You're sort of making your presence known. Okay.
Yes.
And Daughter, were you sort of readying something, or what are you doing?
So Daughter is kind of dumbfounded to see this group of people coming towards them. Mm-hmm. So she's just kind of looking, not necessarily trying to duck behind anything, just more exposed and more like, oh wow, what's happening up here?
Okay, so with this, this group is coming charging past, and with the Goliath is just sort of charging ahead. These smaller figures, which as they're coming closer, you can see just sort of glinting out from under the hoods. These just glimpses of red scales and these sort of elongated snouts. And the Goliath looks like she is just ready to just keep running on. But these smaller figures, as they come closer, they spot Cyren and Adrax, who are just sort of out there, out front, not hiding. And they shout something in a language that most of you don't understand, except for Adrax. You recognize this as Draconic, and as one of them shouts to the others the equivalent of "No witnesses." And I would like you all to roll for initiative.
Okay.
All right.
It's a good thing we didn't immediately start attacking the Goliath. That would have been rude. All right, Cyren has rolled a 14.
Okay. Daughter? Oh, you're muted.
Daughter has an 11.
Okay, Nami?
15.
And Adrax?
9.
9. Okay. And so, as they shout this, the Goliath does turn around and sort of just sighs and looks back. It seems like she was going to be ready to run on, but seeing that these cloaked figures behind her have turned to attack, she is turning and ready to face you as well. Nami, you're up first.
Okay. Let's see. And Nami's gonna then completely kind of duck behind Daughter here. She's gonna take out her short bow.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, yeah, I should be here. And then I will launch a arrow at the front small hooded figure right here. Yep, A.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
That's a 19.
That'll hit.
All right, so then A is going to take 7 points of piercing damage from my short bow.
All right, so you fire this one shot with your short bow, and your arrow soars through it and plunks into this creature that's right out in the front of the pack, who had started sort of cheering as this cry had gone off from one of his compatriots, but the cry is cut short as your arrow soars through and just impales this creature and falls down dead from a single shot. And as it falls, you start to hear this sort of sound coming from that area. Cyren.
5, 10, 15, 20. All right, I'm going to use my blood curse of binding on E. And so what this will do is you attempt to bind a creature you see within 30 feet of you that is no more than one size larger than you. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw of 12 or have their speed be reduced to 0.
Okay, and are you amplifying that?
I am not.
Okay. It is going to succeed. So the blood starts just rippling through your skin, and you reach out, but this small creature just seems to shrug it off. Momentarily seems like it's going to be held in place, but then just jerks itself free out of this. Doing anything else on your turn?
Absolutely. With my crossbow in hand, I'm going to shoot at E.
Yep.
And I roll. I got a 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So I'm going to roll the damage here. That's going to be 3 piercing damage.
Okay. So you do not take out this creature in one hit. That's okay. So your arrow soaring through and sort of finding a gap under this cloak and sinking in, and the creature does yelp, but otherwise it's still around and kicking. Daughter, so two arrows have gotten shot towards these kobolds that you see under these hoods. They seem like they're standing back. They're not charging you. They are all starting to pull out these small crossbows. One of them has fallen. Another one has taken some damage and started to look cautious. But the other 3 behind all seem unfazed. What are you doing?
So daughter is going to cast Entangle.
Okay.
And she's going to cast it into the block, because what it can do is it can be used in a 20-foot square. So I'm planning to use it in the square where they currently are.
Okay, so
through ER.
Okay. And so let me just go ahead and I'm just going to put a so sort of like that sort of area.
Oh, wow.
Correct, yep. And
Okay.
so what they need to do is do a strength saving check of 14, or they're going to be restrained by these plants until the spell ends.
Okay, so 14. Okay, so the B is going to fail. C is going to fail. D is going to check of what? You say 14?
14.
Is going to fail, and all of them fail. So these small they're small sort of reptilian bodies suddenly grasped by these vines and thorns and roots that come surging out of the ground around them, and so they are all restrained now. Okay, so fully restrained, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Wow,
and so
fantastic.
with that, daughter says to them, let's hold on a minute. What's going on? Why are you guys running away so fast?
Okay. And so that brings us to Adrax. They are now, they're all, I don't want to say sitting ducks, but, sitting kobolds.
So I guess I turn to daughter with still my axe behind my back. They are draconic, as am I.
Mm-hmm.
But they said, no witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in immediate danger. So we're going to need to take them out.
Well, let's not make any assumptions. Can you get them to translate what's going on?
I think we already made some assumptions. One of them's already dead on the floor.
Sorry.
So, either way, I don't think they'll have time to talk. Nami.
I'm a good shot.
Clearly.
When arrows fly, I know when it's time to strike.
Yes.
So Adrax, what are you doing?
So I could need. I feel like I'm going to step in front of probably of Cyren and move probably. Wait, what's my walking speed?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay,
Yep.
so I move 5, 10, 15, 20. So I guess the square in front and a little bit to the left of him. I'm gonna move in front of Cyren,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm probably gonna use my my breath weapon at this time since they're all entangled.
Okay.
You can move your character, by the way.
Oh yeah, I never used it before. I don't know how to do it.
So do note, so your breath weapon, I believe, is a line. It's a 30-foot by 5-foot line. So if you want to hit more than one, you would want to get yourself into a position where you can sort of angle through multiple.
Okay. So never mind then. Still gonna.
Yeah, as a black dragonborn, it's like you shoot you open your mouth and just sort of shoot out this stream of acid that just goes,
Okay. So in that note, gonna hold my acid inside for a bit, and gonna move my.
Keep it in. Keep it in.
Yeah, keep it in. I'm gonna move in front of Cyren, and I'm gonna ready my javelin and to hit. Probably gonna go for D.
Okay.
So I guess I move myself here.
Okay.
And aim for D.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. What do we get? That is is that a 6? That's a 6 plus 4, so that's gonna be 10.
10. That's not going to be quite enough. You are you throw your javelin out over these kobolds, but you're not used to fighting creatures that are so much shorter than yourself, and so your aim's off a little and just goes soaring right over them, even though they are restrained. Actually, I take that back. You roll again. You have advantage because they are restrained. So thank you to Daughter's entanglement.
That's lit.
This is what you see playing out in your head of what could happen, but then you rewind, and what actually happens is.
Let's see. Unfortunate.
Oh no.
And what you thought was going to happen is in fact what actually happened. And your aim is just completely off. Yeah.
He manifested this failure. Sadly.
Sad.
All right. So that is going to bring us to. So first off, these kobolds look around and as these vines are pulling into them and pulling them down, and they also start to look in fear at this kobold whose body is on the ground unmoving as this sound starts to get louder and louder coming from its body, and they're trying to move, but they can't move because they're restrained by this restrained by these vines. And do they get to make another check? No, it just lasts for a minute, right?
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, until the spell ends. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
So what they are going to do is they are each going to pull out a hand crossbow and try to the extent that they're able to do so, given their restraints, they are going to fire on you. So we'll say 2 of them are going to fire at Adrax and 2 of them are going to fire at Cyren because the two of you are out front. So the first one on Adrax, that is going to miss. That's a 7. Or actually, and it should have been a disadvantage. The second one on Adrax doesn't matter with disadvantage. It's still gonna miss. That's a 10. The third one firing on Cyren, that's 12. Don't need to roll again. And ooh, thank you for disadvantage because that would have been a natural 20. That would be a 13, but that misses. So all of them, they're restrained and they can't quite get their short bows up, and they're just firing while trying to get themselves out of these vines. But they can't seem to pull themselves free. With this, the Goliath is going to turn around Sai and come charging in. Let's see. It's gonna be right at you, Adrax. And is going to pull out this long sword and try to hack away at you. Try to sort of getting herself in between the rest of the kobolds and you without getting too close to this one that's on the ground for some reason. That's going to be a 21.
Whew.
Okay.
Which I believe is going to hit, yeah?
Yes, that will hit.
All right, and you are going to take 8 points of slashing damage, rending down into you with this longsword.
A worthy foe. Bring it on.
Okay, all right. Okay, and that is going to bring us back to Nami, all the way in the back. This massive Goliath woman has just surged in and has taken a really hefty chunk out of your new friend. What are you doing?
Well, it was nice meeting you all. I'm sure. Good luck on your journey. Just gonna. So I'm like kind of. I'm slow. I'm still behind Dot. I'm like slowly backing up a bit. All right.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. But I will. I'll then kind of still poke around Daughter and short bow the Goliath.
Okay.
Ooh. 13?
That is not going to hit. Well, it is going to hit, but so she has this this breastplate I mentioned before, and it's just going to bounce right off of the breastplate, and she's just going to sort of initially gets hit back a little and then just sort of chuckles, not phased at all.
Oops. Well, good luck, everyone.
All right.
Is that it?
Cyren, this arrow just came sort of like whizzing over your shoulder, bounces off of the Goliath right in front of you. What are you doing?
Looks like this is going to be a little trickier than we thought. I move. Let's say I move here to gain an advantage on flanking this Goliath.
Yeah, you can do that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And while I do that, just to ensure our own safety, I'm also going to initiate my Blood Curse of Binding once again. They have to make a DC of 12.
On who?
On the Goliath.
On the Goliath. Okay. They have to make a dex save of 12.
Yeah, I have a feeling that they're going to get it, but they might not.
They might not. Hold on. That is going to no. So they're going to fail. So yeah. So describe how that looks.
So I run across as this Goliath is focused on Adrax and think to myself, I really need to ensure this opponent isn't going to be able to be mobile. I run past and turn quickly, extending my left arm and having the blood just flow through, wrapping around this Goliath, entangling it. You're not going anywhere. And with that, I take out my sword, my shivering blade. It's a katana, by the way, for anyone at home wondering. And I strike it from the back.
Yeah, go ahead. Do that. Yes, do that at advantage.
Okay, first one was not a good roll. I'm really glad I did that. And the second one wasn't a good roll. Okay, I rolled an 8 as my maximum. So maybe in all of my excitement, I I was able to bind.
You're finding yourself a little bit weak from this flow of blood that came out of you to surge and wrap around. So it is wrapped, but you're feeling a little lightheaded, and you're not able to hit it. All right, and so it has a speed at 0 for this turn, right?
And can't
take reactions.
Correct.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so daughter. Everyone on this battlefield, all of your foes are restrained. You have your pick of the Goliath isn't restrained, but they're not moving. They can't get away, at least for now. What are you doing?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up closer to where the Goliath is. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to use Magic Stone.
Okay.
So
you reach down and scoop up some pebbles and
get ready to throw it at her head.
All right, and would you like to go ahead and use your action to do that as well?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Just point blank.
Damn.
I got a natural 20.
Damn.
All right.
Nice.
Double damage, baby.
Yeah, roll for damage.
Ooh. Okay, so I did 13.
Okay. So just you pick up a stone and it starts to just sparkle with this magical energy. Point blank range, slams right into the Goliath's forehead, dealing quite a hefty amount of damage. When you do this, this creature, this pebble sort of goes in and partially embeds itself into like the forehead of this creature, and then as you watch, it sort of just like pops out, and the skin around it sort of seems to heal. And let's see, that's going to be
what?
Okay, how much damage you said 24?
No, it was 13.
Wait, you
13
rolled?
damage?
13 total. As a crit, it was 13 because it's 2d6.
Okay.
So it was 13 total.
Oh, okay. I must have misunderstood. Okay. So, and so it I don't want to say it shrugs off, but it uses some of its strength reserves to sort of force out this magical stone and heal itself. But it does look pretty floored by and surprised by this pebble to the face that it took, even if it is able to sort of repel the attack to some extent. All right, Adrax, you are now flanking this creature with Cyren. What would you like to do?
I finally take out my battle axe. And,
okay. All right.
And look towards Cyren and saw that the pebble kind of popped out of its forehead. And I pretty much look at Cyren and look back at Daughter and just go, "Is it healing itself?" I don't.
Sure looks like it.
Either way, it's gonna go down. And then I scream in Draconic, going, "By my axe, I will take you down!" And I roll for my battle axe hit. So I roll that. I'm good. Oh. No.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh,
What,
just having a
did
bad
you roll
time
twice?
today.
Did you roll twice?
I rolled once.
Yeah, no.
Roll again. You have advantage.
On it. Yeah,
Okay, I have advantage.
Yep.
Okay.
Because you're flanking.
Yeah. Praise
Okay.
the gods for advantage today.
Right.
I know. Okay, another 15.
A 15. That is not going to be enough. As you swing with your battle axe, and you hit it on the shoulder outside of this breastplate, but the skin of this creature is rough and like stone, and she just says, "By your axe, you will not." And she is going to with you right in front of. She can't move.
She can't do reactions either.
And she can't take reactions, but she is going to use her attack now. to attack you with her longsword.
Okay.
All right, and so that is going. Oop, where are my dice? There we go. That is going to be. That is a natural one. It tries to swing at you, but is sort of caught off balance by this swirl of blood around her that's just sort of pulling her back, and it goes completely wide. As this happens, this kobold on the ground that had been emitting this louder and louder sound explodes in this just torrent of blood, and that is going to and when this happens, it is going to the kobold that is next to it, E, who has been unable to move and looking more and more nervous at this exploding. At this kobold on the ground in front of it, is going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage from this explosion, and is going to fall dead as well. This pitch now is starting to emerge from it, causing the kobold next to it in turn to look increasingly frightened. Those three kobolds behind B, C, and D, though, are going to pull out, are going to keep their short bows their hand crossbows and take shots. Again, we'll say 2 at Adrax and 1 at Cyren. So the ones on Adrax, that is going to be an 18, which I believe does hit.
Yes.
You're going to take 6 points of damage. Are you still up?
I'm down.
Oh no.
So Adrax is down. We'll say the second one at
oh shit.
Yeah, the second one at Cyren, that's a natural 1. It is going to miss, and the third one on Cyren is a 19.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
I assume that hits.
Oh yeah.
All right, and you are going to take 5 points of piercing damage as this hand crossbow bolt strikes you and sinks into your shoulder.
Oh shit.
The kobolds and the Goliath all look quite nervous now as they are sort of glued in place, and two of the kobolds have fallen, and look as if they would like to depart, but are unable to because they are all glued to the ground. Nami, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, first I yell out to the group, I knew that would happen.
Great eins. I can't even use the word. Great insight.
I'm smart like that. Let's see. What will I do? All right. I think I'm starting to feel a little guilty now, I think, about abandoning the group.
Oh, now you are.
So I kind of quickly rummage through my bag and pull out a dagger.
Uh-huh. Oh no, he froze.
Oh no.
Takes out his dagger and freezes. Just like you, Nami. Just like you.
Oh, there we go.
All right, so you pulled out the dagger, and what are you doing?
Then I kind of line myself up behind daughter and just kind of run behind her like that, all cool. And then as I'm also like running behind her, through my sleeve, I kind of flick out my normal dagger that I have. So I have 2 daggers in my hand now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, if I go here, do I have advantage?
No.
Okay. Is there anywhere that I go where I would?
Unfortunately, only if you're sort of sitting on Adrax's bleeding out body.
Oh God.
Which I don't recommend.
I mean, I probably would stand on it, but I won't. I won't. All right, but I'll kind of I'll whip out behind daughter, and I will attack with my 2 daggers.
Okay.
Can you remind me how 2-weapon fighting works?
Yeah, so I've already adjusted it on your character sheet, so it should do this automatically. It's just assuming that you use the lame dagger as the offhand, it just doesn't get your strength bonus or your dexterity bonus as added into the damage. So I've already changed in your character sheet, so if you just roll, it will assume that's what's going on.
Okay, so then I will take. I have my new dagger in my dominant hand, and I'm going to just, I guess, even though I'm pretty average height compared to everyone else, I'll just kind of, I guess, jab at her thigh.
Yeah, get that thigh. Yep.
All right, so, and that will be, I'm just gonna roll here. Oh my god, I rolled a 1.
Oh no!
All right. So you jab with the dagger and you miss, but you do feel this sort of warm wind surrounding your body as you attack with it, and you feel your speed lifted a bit, and you're moving a little bit more quickly now. What would you like to do with your bonus action?
I'm a little thrown off by that because it's I don't know what's going on. So then, I guess, because if I move back, opportunity attack, correct?
No, not this turn, because until the start of its next turn, I think it can't take reaction.
Correct. All right. So then, taking the cue from my complete width, I think I have a little bit of movement left, so I'm gonna back up and be like, sorry, wrong person, didn't mean to.
Okay, all right. And so you're not going to attack with your offhand?
If I do that, I can still move back though, right?
Yep,
okay. Yep. So yeah, then I'll do that. I'll attack with my offhand then. With the normal dagger. Oh my god, that was better. No. I rolled it. Hey, okay. I rolled a 2 that time.
Yeah, no. So you're just stabbing at this creature's thighs, and it's like rock, and it's nothing's happening. You're hitting, but nothing's happening. All right. That brings us to Cyren.
Okay.
So Cyren, now your blood curse has faded off.
I think it's at the end of my next turn.
Okay, so at the end of this turn, it'll fade off. Okay.
Yeah. At the end of each of its turn, can make a strength saving throw. On success, the curse ends.
That's if you amplified. So it just fades at the end of
Okay. All right.
Until the end of your next turn. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to activate my blur ability.
Okay.
To give myself a little bit more protection here, since these creatures are not only exploding, but they are using crossbows to try to hit us. So, using the Shivering Blade, I have a special ability that allows me to basically make myself harder to hit.
And so you grasp the blade, and suddenly, as everybody else watches, the blade sort of starts to quake, and then you, along with it, begin quaking. Your just image becomes sort of unfixed from the view of everyone else. It's sort of hard to tell exactly where you and your sword are.
And with that, I strike with my Shivering Blade, hoping to get a hit this time. 14, I imagine, does not hit.
14 again does not hit. No.
And I don't have advantage due to flanking.
Nope.
Correct. Okay. Man. All right. This is looking like it's trickier than I thought it would be.
And so daughter now. So Adrax is down on the ground, starting to bleed out. The kobolds are exploding, and the Goliath is now free from this blood binding.
So what daughter's going to do is she's going to say, Wow, life outside of the forest is pretty wild. And she's gonna try to push her way through so that she can get closer to Ajax.
Uh-huh.
Like push her way over to this end.
Yep.
And
Yeah, you
she's
just run
going
around
to
behind,
use her spell slot for Cure Wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. Use my spell slot for Cure Wounds.
All right, and so how much does Ajax heal?
Let's see. It's 1d8 plus 4, so let me roll. Woo! Ajax has healed 9 points.
Awesome.
Okay, and Ajax pop back up, and with this Goliath just looming over you, head 8 feet up in the air in front of you, but you are back. Daughter, anything else you're doing on your turn? Okay, all right, and so then Ajax, you surge back, and what are you doing?
Just feel my wounds finally close. I'm just like, I look back at daughter. I say, thank you for healing my wounds. I will use this second chance to not fail. So
We're counting on you.
I'm counting on you as well, Cyren. Nami, not so much. And I say that in Elvish too. So
Only she can hear it.
yeah.
To be fair, I'm the only person that's killed someone so far.
Fair.
And yet, I look back at the Goliath and I try to go for another attack.
Assume you stand up, right?
Yep, stand up.
Okay.
Stand up. Ready my battle axe once again. And look at the Goliath again to go for another
All right.
battle axe attack.
You have advantage on this one.
Somebody, please hit this Goliath.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try.
It's taken a pebble to the face and sort of shrugged it off, and
Let's see. Oh boy. Oh, give me something good. Oh. Damn. That is an 8.
Oh.
But
you guys need to get better dice. Yeah. So
D&D Beyond needs a patch. I don't like it.
so you swing, but you're a little bit woozy from just sort of recovering from this the brink of death, and are not able to hit. The Goliath. However, what's going to happen now is the Goliath is going to sort of try to scoot back to get out, and it gets out of the way from your battle axe. But it's gonna keep going back, and you go ahead and make an attack of opportunity.
This is on for me.
Yes.
Okay.
And then after you do that, Cyren, you'll be able to make one as well, because she's going to run past you. So Ajax, make a attack of opportunity, and then Cyren, you can as well.
That's a D20, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Just a normal attack.
Okay.
With your battle axe, basically.
Yep.
Let's see. Goodness gracious. So that's gonna be an wait.
Yes.
That is a 20.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. That will finally hit. So finally, as this Goliath is starting to run away, yes, go ahead and roll for damage.
All right. Roll for damage. Let's see. 9.
Okay. And what you are as the Goliath turns to run, you can see that this breastplate that she's wearing is not really, it looks like it was put on very quickly, and it's not really tied correctly, and you're just able to slash in where you see this weak point and carve into the stone-like skin. She keeps running and runs past you, Cyren, and what are you doing?
I'm also attacking with my shivering blade. Gonna get some of that sweet old 16.
That just hits. That just hits.
Nice.
So as the Goliath is running away, Cyren, not this time, slices going horizontally as she's going across, dealing a whopping 5 damage.
Okay, yes, with your blade, you are able to hit her again as she's moving past. But as you do this, she does something with her hand, and you can't really see exactly what she's doing. But she's doing something with her hands, and this smoke begins billowing out around her, and she disappears from view as this cloud of smoke emerges, filling this position, and Adrax, you hear some of the kobolds again in Draconic shout out, "No, don't leave us! Don't leave us!" As the kobold body starts getting louder and louder, promising to explode. B, C, and D are still entangled. These masses of vines still wrapped around them. They're still unable to move. But also, all four of them are going to fire now. We'll say 2. So first off, we'll say 2 at Cyren. So that is going to be
at disadvantage.
At disadvantage, that's a 17.
Oh god.
And a natural 1. So the 17, that is going to be a 5 points of piercing damage. Crossbow bolt into you. Are you still up?
Barely.
Okay. The other 2, one is going. So that's going to be a 7 at Adrax, which is going to miss. The other one also at Adrax is going to be an 18.
Yep.
That hits. And you're going to take another 5 points of damage, so I think you're still up, but
still up.
On the brink again. Okay. And so that brings us back to the top of the top of the order with Nami. Nami, the Goliath has fled into this fog of smoke. The remaining kobolds are still around and pinned down, unable to move.
All right. Then I'm going to confidently walk on out. Well, not walking out, run on out and just start picking them off with my short bow a bit.
Okay.
That's not an advantage, right? Ranged attacks.
They are an advantage because they are restrained.
All right. So I'm going to shoot at B then with my short bow.
Okay.
And I'm going to use physical dice this time. Nice. I rolled a 22.
Yeah, yes. Yes.
Nice. So B is going to take 7 points of piercing damage.
And B falls to the ground.
Nice.
This wine starting to emit from their body as well. Okay, Cyren?
I look around to my comrades and yell out, "We should keep one alive. We have to find out what's happening here." And as I say that, I look at the group of enemies still left alive, seeing that E is probably closer to blowing up than B is at this point, based on what happened previously. Let me look at my movement.
I'd quickly go get one before they all go.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm. They're both next to each other, so
Yeah.
That was my plan.
and by 2 ticking time bombs.
Now, mechanically, how would it work if I wanted to grab C? Would I be able to grapple and move?
So I would say yes. They are restrained. I would say you'd have to make an athletics check.
Okay.
And I would say, yeah, go ahead. So you can run up and make an athletics check.
Roger.
Uh-huh.
Jesus! All right.
3? No, it is completely just rooted down. You're having trouble pulling it free of these roots. And this poor kobold is just looking up. And is just shaking it. Yeah. All right, and so that brings it. So Kamara is Kamara back?
I don't know. She
Okay.
turned her camera off.
Adrax, you wanna? And we'll come back. Yeah.
I look at Cyren and we're like, what are you doing?
We need to get one of these alive. We have so many questions.
Yeah, but I think you're supposed to pick it up and then bring it back, not have it shake you.
I'm shaking it other way around.
Are you sure? All right.
I'm on the ground laughing right now at all of this. It's hilarious to me.
I look back. I look at Nami. I'm like, this guy.
Help me already.
Fine. Is there a way for me to go for the same one that is going for Cyren, who's like shaking him?
No,
at the moment?
Cyren is shaking.
I'm shaking him.
He's trying to shake this guy first.
Can I go and grab that one if possible?
Yeah, sure. You wanna go in? Yeah, where are you moving? Are you just gonna get in?
Can I do it like straight, either behind that kobold, going here, or no? Or is that too far for me?
Yeah, I think you can get just there.
Okay. So yeah, I go behind and I try to
make a athletics check at advantage.
Okay. Rolling.
Because you're helping Cyren. Yeah.
Yep. Give me one. So that plus my athletics would be 17.
17. Hold on.
I think, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry.
Oh wow! Yes, you have crazy athletics. Yeah.
Yeah.
17. Sure. We'll say you're able with a 17. We'll say you're able to pull this creature, and it's because it's restrained. It's not able. It is. It's not really able to do much to try to help itself, and so you're able to just pull it free of the vines and start dragging it back. And we'll say you can drag it back like to here.
Okay.
Okay. And you have it grappled. You have it held. Okay. With that, it is going to come back to the kobolds. E is going to explode, causing 6 points of damage to D, who is now just hanging on by a thread. C is going to try to escape from your grasp.
Okay.
Adrax, and so that is going to be go ahead and make another athletics check.
Okay.
As it's trying to squirm away from you.
That is going to be 25.
Yeah, no, it's not going anywhere.
Where do you think you're going?
You see, what language are you speaking?
Draconic.
Okay.
I know they speak
Okay, yeah,
Draconic.
and so it yes, and it's just like don't hurt me. D is going to it still has its crossbow out. I'll say it's not really able to get the get its short sword out, and it just has to stick with the crossbow. And is going to fire on you from point blank range, Cyren. But because it's so close, actually, so it has an 18, and it is going to deal 5 points of damage to you.
Wait, I still have my shivering thing on, don't I? My blur?
Oh, you do? Which does what again?
It lasts for a minute and it gives them disadvantage on.
It already, yes. So that's with disadvantage, which it already did because it was right next to you.
Oh, okay.
But so that hits 5 points of damage.
And Cyren is now down.
Cyren is down. Okay. As the kobold next to you, the whine is getting louder and louder, threatening to explode next to Cyren's body, which would be a really bad situation.
Cyren, get out of there!
That brings us back to Nami.
Oh boy. I'd like to help out, but I know I am not very strong. could I somehow get daughter to help me try to drag Cyren out of there?
Sure, because
Yeah.
Kamara
Let's
is-
use her turn to just do
we'll say
that.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what happens. Sure.
Yeah.
So the two of you come up and are able to drag. We'll say drag Cyren back to here. Anything else on your turn? Is that it?
That would be my action, right? Dragging.
Yeah,
back.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think that's it.
All right, Cyren, go ahead and make a death saving throw.
Great. We get one of these already. Wow. One, sorry, damage. All right, there we go. I'm just gonna roll a d20. I'm just looking to see how to roll that on here. Clear all. I'm just
So
gonna,
if you're at 0, it should just roll a d20.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Okay, that's a natural 20.
That's a 20. Wow,
A natty
okay,
20.
So that's two automatic saves.
Nice.
Yes. Okay.
My will is
Daughter.
strong. I will return.
Daughter is now going to. We'll say that she uses one of her other two magical pebbles, and she's going to send it towards D. And that's another natural 20. So two of her three pebbles have been doing have been crit. So you don't know who exactly what this incredibly powerful pebble wielding that the druid is doing is, but it seems like it's a pretty effective method. And she's going to do, and with just a single hit, it is going to take that kobold out. So that kobold is now dead. And that brings us to Adrax. So Adrax, so what we'll actually do now is we'll go out of initiative. So we'll go come out of combat mode, and say, so now you are holding this last remaining kobold. The other ones are just exploded on the ground. What are you doing?
So I take this kobold and by the house that is that a house or a
Yep.
It's a house? Okay. So I take the kobold and I pretty much slam him into the wall and ask him in Draconic, what are you doing here? What is your business?
Make a intimidation check.
Okay. Intimidation. That is a 10.
A 10. Unfortunately, with a 10, this kobold is it's not that you're not frightening, but the kobold is just so overwhelmed already with with all of his friends exploding around him that he's just not even listening to you. Go ahead and make an investigation check, though.
Investigation. Okay. That is going to be a 7.
7. Okay, yeah. This Cole, from what you're able to tell, it is just completely overwhelmed. And as you're sort of shaking this kobold against the wall, a crowd of a group of townsguard come down the street towards you, led by this short, waddling gnome with this large black mustache. And he just says, "What's going on here? Who are you? What are you doing?"
Am I still unconscious, by the way?
We'll say that daughter's able to stabilize you, so
Okay.
you are unconscious, but you're not bleeding out anymore.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. I guess is he closer to me or closer to the rest of the group?
I mean, he'd be closer. You'd be the first one he
First one he
comes.
sees.
Yep.
Okay. I look down at him and I say, He's one of the people, one of these kobolds who was responsible for the attack. We were able to stop them.
And who are you? What were you doing here?
Me and my friends were just passing through. We just got caught up in the middle.
Just passing through. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Okay. Persuasion. 13.
13. Okay, sure. He looks at you and he looks around at you and looks at what you're wearing and then sort of notices the piles of just gore and mush from these exploded kobolds, and he'll look at you and looks at your battle axe and he looks at the bodies in the ground and he says, "You did this?"
In self-defense, we did.
Did you see a Goliath? Was there a Goliath with them?
There was. She ran past down the street.
Shit. That was Skenzabris. She's a prisoner of war we were keeping temporarily at the Gearhole prison. It seems these kobolds sprung her.
Yes, they did say they were working with her, and she fled, leaving them behind.
And so he looks at the group view again with your again based off of what you're wearing, and he says, "Well, I'm Bram Goldschwaddle, head of the city watch here. You wouldn't happen to be adventurers, would you?"
You could say so. We are.
All right. Well, since you were here, and since you're the only ones who saw where Sken fled, would you be willing to chase her down, bring her back to justice? There'd be some coin in it for you. Looks like you could need it.
As I'm still holding the kobold, and I look back at them, I'm just like, I think to myself, this is not part of my plan. This is not what I was here for. But based on everything and seeing Cyren unconscious, I just go, maybe let me converse with my party first. And can I give the kobold to one of the guards that is with him?
Yeah. So there's a group of mostly human actually, guards behind Bram, who members of the Crown's Guard, and so they come up and they take the kobold off of your hands, and it's just like squirming and shrieking, but they wrestle it away, and start heading back towards the gaping hole in the mountainside, which you now gather is where the prison is, and start bringing the kobold that way.
Okay. I guess I walk up to Nami since Cyren is still unconscious. So I guess they want us. So the town guard, I don't know if you heard, but it seems they wanted us to chase it down. What do you think?
Why would we do that?
Well, Cyren's unconscious. And we're kind of low on funds. And if we're going to be traveling together, don't you think we're going to need more coin?
Oh, did they offer money?
Yes.
Oh, how much?
I look back at the town guard and I ask, how much gold?
He looks at the group of you and he says, 100 gold each.
He'll do it. Let's go. Come on.
I'm guessing so.
And daughter's looking like, how much is that? Is that a lot?
I guess Nami, you could definitely give her that answer. You know.
No, it's not that much. I can take half of yours if you want. It's okay.
Oh no!
Wait, but why would you take some of mine?
Can I look at Nami and just be like, don't do like kind of like a slight intimidation, be like, no.
I kid. You all get your fair share.
Mm-hmm.
what Brem will do is he gives you each 50 gold up front, and what he also gives you is he gives each of you a small copper badge to sort of represent that you've sort of been deputized around town, which should help you if you're having any problems getting people to cooperate around town.
What's this person's name again?
He says it's Skenzabris. She's a prisoner of war, member of a fighter for the Jurhasian dynasty.
And this gnome, what's the gnome's name?
Oh, I'm Bram Goldswaddle.
Bram Goldswaddle.
I'm writing it down on my notes for
Yeah.
yeah.
So it'll be 50 now and 50 when we're done?
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
I'd rather just have the 100 now, but I understand.
I bet. And so he looks back towards the sort of smoking hole in the side of the mountain where the Gearhole prison is, and he just says, "Well, good luck. Find me when you're done." And just sort
Where
of.
will you be?
So he says you can find me at the tower where the town watch is stationed.
Daughter asks, "Do you have a healer on hand? I've seemed to use all of my resources helping."
Sure. So one of the Crown's Guard comes over and is able to with some smelling salts and this sort of salve. This sort of greenish white salve that starts rubbing into Cyren's wounds is able to revive Cyren, and Cyren, you can regain 3 hit points. So you're just back, but you are awake again.
Okay, great.
Welcome back.
Oh, I feel like so much happened while I was down. Are you? I see you all are okay. Where did the Goliath go?
She's gone, but we are now deputized by this area to go catch her.
Huh. Okay.
We're going to be paid 100 gold. Your 50 is here. We hand him this 50 since he was unconscious.
Okay, great. So now we're errand boys and girls for this town.
For our journey together, might as well get all the coin that we can.
Suppose you're right. Every little bit helps.
When do we go get our free drinks?
So that is a question. Would you could sort of immediately head off towards around town to start asking questions. You could go to the prison to sort of investigate what happened there, or you could head directly to the Blushing Tankard and get some drinks and get a night's rest.
I think after the battle we've had, I think it would be great to go to to get our free drinks and a little bit of rest and food.
Absolutely.
So
Yes, daughter is all about the drinks. That's one thing that I liked in the forest, and I'm happy to see it's still out here in the real world.
yes.
The alcohol.
The
All right.
alcohol.
Yeah.
I bet you've
All
never
right,
seen
so-
anything like this before in your land, daughter.
Oh, no,
Exploding,
not yet.
exploding
So
kobolds.
maybe there'll be moon nectar. Who knows?
Maybe they'll have moon nectar. And so you make your way up the stairs to the idlework shelf, which is the area above, and find your way to the Blushing Tankard, which is it is in a prominent position in the middle of a large square on the idlework shelf. There is a sort of swinging side out front with a sort of a grinning, winking face on a stein. And you go in, and it is it's getting later in the evening now, and it is hopping. There is already a lot of activity in the tavern, with lots of gnomes who are sort of coming off shift from whether they're working the mines, whether they're working in the engineering shops, who are coming in. looking to wind down after work. So you go up to the bartender as you come in. This sort of long, polished wooden bar, and there's a gnome who looks down and says, welcome. What can I get you?"
Daughter rushes up and says, "Do you have any moon nectar?"
Moon nectar. Let me check. Looks around sort of behind the bar. He says, "No, I'm not really sure what that is, and I'm pretty sure we don't have it. I'll tell you what we do have. We've got beer. We've got Trost. We got Radler. We've got Lager. What will it be?"
I've never heard those words before.
They're all good.
I kind of look at Nami and I say, maybe you should help her. Maybe with something light.
Yeah, maybe let's start her off easy. Get her the least alcoholic beer, I guess.
Okay. All right. I do have to. You don't look like you're from around here.
No,
I do have to warn you. There is an extra tax. There is an extra tax on lager on the bottom fermented beers.
I interrupt. Listen, we've all just had an extremely daunting task at hand. Goliath just escaped. I'm surprised there are so many of you all celebrating as if nothing happened. We just got deputized, and we really could use this. If you could just waive this additional tax, it would be greatly helpful for us to continue our investigation.
Persuasion check.
Say it again?
A persuasion check.
Oh, yes. I'm glad you asked that. I got a 17.
Oh,
17.
Goodness.
Okay, sure. So he deputized, and he sees the little badge you see. He says, "Well, don't tell anybody I did this. I could get in big trouble, but I'll won't charge you the extra for the lager. So that'll just be 1 silver each."
And I take out the token for the free drink. It's like, will this suffice?
Well, you could have just said that up front. Would have saved me some time. Already collects the tokens from each of you and pours a gnomish Keller beer for each of you. So Keller beer, it's a very light, pale lager. It's refreshing. There isn't a whole lot of flavor to it. There isn't a whole lot of alcohol to it either, but and it is the most expensive drink they have. So you're not really sure. Doesn't seem like the best deal, but it is a drink. And so you all get some beer. He says, "Will you be having food as well?"
Absolutely.
Yes.
What do you got?
Do you have any plantain cups?
Plantain cups. We do not. Don't get many plantains up here. I think that's more of a coastal dish. I tell you what, we do have pig knuckle and horse.
You all eat animals here?
Cyren looks nervously.
Disgusting.
Is that going to be a problem?
Absolutely disgusting.
We can do a pancake.
Pancake.
Does she know what a pancake is?
She looks blankly.
I asked, do you know what a pancake is? Your silence speaks volumes.
Cabbage.
Cabbage. Yes, I do like that vegetable. But was it responsibly grown?
I don't know. Should I be concerned about that?
Absolutely. We always have to give back to Mother Earth when we take from her.
Oh gosh. Well, I don't know. I'll have to inquire about that. I didn't know that's something I don't know. I normally just have the pig knuckle, but I'll definitely ask that about the cabbage next time. All right. So you can all mark off like another silver, and he'll bring out just a variety of dishes. Just bowl of pickled cabbage for daughter, and then for everybody else, an assortment of both sourbraten made with horse meat, as well as some roasted pig knuckles in sauce, and so forth.
I'd also
All right.
like to use my second free drink token that I got from the guy and get a second beer for myself.
Oh, that is something that happened. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And sure. And he brings out a second beer for you. He looks at you a little funny, but doesn't ask questions, and it brings you your second beer.
Yay! 2 beers.
Now I gotta ask, did you all not hear the commotion going on outside?
He says, no, we didn't hear anything. What's going on?
That's lucky. It's nothing you have to worry about right now, but do alert the patrons here to be safe on their ways home. The streets are not as safe as they once were, from what I can tell.
Okay, I'll definitely warn people about the mean streets of Hupperduke.
And I look around kind of suspiciously, but also a little bit disappointed in myself that I got knocked out that round. A little upset that I wasn't able to fight them off as well as I thought I was going to be able to. And then I look
Cyren.
at Adrax.
Cyren, seem a little down. What's wrong?
I've been training all my life for moments like these, and I still wasn't able to completely overwhelm my opponents. I'm disappointed and a little pissed off right now.
On the road that we walk, sometimes there are obstacles that we must face. And this is your one. The next one, you will triumph, my friend. I give him a pat on the back and, kind of like a pat on his back and go back to eating the pig knuckles and drinking my lager.
Mm-hmm. And Cyren is thinking about how his youth is getting in the way of his excellence. He's not only young in human terms, but also in tiefling terms as well. He's very young, but wise in many ways, but still inexperienced beyond his age. So he's kind of griping and battling with the conflict that's going on with that.
Oh.
And so I just simply drink it in silence and eat in silence.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm just amazed at how serious everyone is. I'm just like, hey, calm down, guys. Just drink some beer, have some fun.
Daughter's drinking the beer and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, no, it's not very good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not great.
I hope that warm fuzzy feeling, because this drink is awful.
I guess I kind of look
What a waste of wheat.
I drink my lager. I was like, yeah, it's not very good. Not from where I'm from. And then I look at daughter and ask, you've been asking about moon nectar for a while. What does it taste like?
Oh, it's so delicious. Moon nectar is a very sweet kind of tasting drink, and me and my friend a satyr sit and drink that at night. It's great. You got to try it sometime.
Is it like a fruit or more like honey? I would say.
It's more like a nectar.
Nectar.
My friend a satyr makes it all the time, though.
That would explain the name Moon Nectar.
Guess so. Go back to
As you're saying this, so the bartender hears you talking, and pours another sort of like a small pour of a much darker beer, and said, I'm sorry you're not enjoying your drink, but here, maybe you'll like this better, and slides you a small glass of Trost, which is a dark, very sweet, sort of like caramel, chocolate, roasty, sort of somewhere between like an amber lager and and a stout, yeah, this is on the house.
Oh, thank you so much. And then daughter chugs the rest of her beer, of the gross beer, and then takes a swig of the new beer and says, this is much better.
That old beer must not have been good, but you still went out for it anyway.
Of course, we can't waste.
Fair. And I drink the rest of my drink as well.
I look at mine as well, and I just go, down the hatch, down mine.
I was done a while ago.
Slow down there, Nami.
No.
I guess I say to the group, but mostly kind of directed at daughter, going, I guess we found your first drink here that you actually like.
I guess so.
And so you spend a while more in the tap room before booking some rooms. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We're able to stay for the night. You are. We'll say you get four separate rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Or okay. All right. So you get four rooms, small, and make your way up to your rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Before this happens, Adrax.
Yes.
As you are listening to your friends talk, you have a coin. You're flipping, just flipping a coin, catching it as it rises. As you flip it, each time it sort of at the very top of the arc, sort of hangs for a second before it falls back down. And each time you watch the smiling visage of a woman engraved on it spin past, flip, watch it, drop, flip, watch it, catch it, drop. Listening to your friends talk, holding the coin in your hand, tilting it to sort of glint in the reflection of the light in the bar. What does the face look like?
The face is a this is my holy piece, right? Yeah. So this is my amulet of the Avadara, and which is known as for she who makes the path. And she's Avadara champions freedom, travel, trade, and adventure across the lands. And pretty much it is my path, and pretty much my commandments are like luck favors the bold, and your fate is your own grasp, in a sense. So it's my piece that keeps me going for what I'm doing.
And as you're flipping it and catching it and sort of looking at these new friends around you, and you feel your luck. You can almost feel like the good luck coming off of it into yourself, and you sort of catch it. And as you're looking at the coin in your hand, it just sort of, even in the sort of the dark hollow of your scaled hand, continues to glow with the light it's been just sort of absorbing as you've been flipping it. You all then head up to bed. So, Cyren, what would you like?
What's my ritual?
In order to what's your sort of ritual? And like, I imagine like often you would do some like practicing or sparring or something like this. But like, what do you like? You're in an inn. What does that look like?
Yeah. So as I'm kind of getting ready for bed and cleaning myself off and making sure everything's in order where it needs to be. Obviously I had a few drinks, so I'm not, I'm not drunk, but I'm a little bit, relaxed more so than I was before. More so than anything, I'm looking at my blade and taking it out and cleaning it and kind of remembering the promises I made to my family and the promises I made to finding out what happened to my mentor. And this looking at this blade is always an introspective like reflection of like what happened and where I'm going next. And taking care of this blade and cleaning it and making sure it's ready for the next battle is kind of like what I do before I go to bed. And as serious as I can be at times, I also obviously have a fun side, but today has been upsetting. So so it's just really just reflecting on all of that.
So you are doing this, and you're cleaning the blade, polishing it, and as you're doing this, oiling the blade, you feel this sudden feeling come over yourself, this sort of compulsion, and you've been wiping the blade, and then you just pull it across your hand and cut into your hand, as if compelled to do so. And as you do this, this thin wick of flame erupts along the blade. You're not sure what sort of compelled you to do this, but now you have this flaming blade in your hand.
What the fuck? What?
And as you're doing this, the sort of tongues of flame are dancing on the blade, and it's swelling in time with this sort of like pounding pain in your hand.
It's like, I don't know why I did this, but I think I can use this. I was looking for ways to become more powerful. Through pain, I can get there. And I kind of like,
sentiment.
Yeah, I can kind of like swipe it around a little bit and see the flames kind of flicker around. I don't want to do it too much because obviously we're in the inn.
Indoor, yeah.
But I'm excited about this though, because this is like an opportunity now to kind of channel this inner conflict, this inner pain into a way that I can literally use it as a weapon.
Nami, what's your nighttime routine?
I think I would probably have maybe 2 more drinks.
Okay.
While you were down there. So I'd go up. I'd be, I think, a little buzzed. I think my normal routine, I think, probably just be go up to the room, crash in the bed, go to sleep. But I think I want to take another look at that dagger that I used today, the new one, because that weird sensation kind of came over me. So I want to investigate it a little further to see, like, just what's going on with it. Like, what happened when I was using that today?
Sure. So you take out this dagger and you look at it. The sort of asymmetrical blade, the sort of like driftwood handle. You just sort of practicing it with it. What would you do?
I think I do feel like just jabs and maybe some like swipes, just maybe practice like taking it out, that kind of stuff, just in the air. Maybe even just like lying in bed on my back, just like.
Okay, so you're just like lying in bed, just like a little bit drunk, waving this dagger around, slash, and this line of blue energies washes out over the blade and surges out in front of you in this sort of crackling, jagged bolt. And as this happens, you feel yourself almost like risen off the bed just a little by this warm gust of wind that pushes you up a little, and you're hit in the face by just this light spatter of water from you're not sure where, and then you just fall back into bed.
What happened? What was that? What's going on?
You say to yourself. Nobody else around. Yeah.
And everything's fine. Like nothing's like damaged or anything. Everything's just all good.
Everything's good.
I'll take a closer look just at like the blade in a very confused way, and then maybe I think like just slowly put it down the end table and like maybe it's time for bed.
Okay, I'm not really sure whether this is something that actually happened or whether you're just really drunk. But put it down safely and head to sleep. Daughter, these beds are not really sized for a furbolg.
Yeah, so daughter walks in and looks at the bed, shakes her head, and then she looks out the window and is kind of trying to look to see if there's a clearing or something. She ends up just taking her knapsack and walking back outside and walking around town looking for an open clearing where she can see the stars. Since every night she usually is like looking and reading the stars, so she's off wandering around and sees a little patch of open space and just looks at the stars and, is just looking to see if there's anything unique happening. She sees Rudius, the secondary moon, and it's looking still brighter than it's supposed to, which is why she's heading towards the Druids of Blossom Grove.
Okay, and so you're... Okay, so just looking up at the stars, and you see a number of the constellations that have been guiding your way north. You see the sort of symmetric arcs of the chalice. You see the triangle marking the head of the dragon. You see the belt and bow of the archer, and they're just patterns, but you can see it. You can see the archer. You can sort of really see it. And then you do see her, and you see that the head of this archer constellation turn down and look at you, and smile. Her arm untensing as she unknocks an arrow and extends her arm down to you, beckoning.
And so I'm surprised. My eyes are wide, but I reach my hand up to go reach towards her.
Okay, and your stomach lurches as you're sort of falling asleep. You're not really sure if this is you awake or you asleep, but you feel your body jerk up and begin to float upward, so sort of pulled by a string, hoisted up towards her. And you look up and you do see, you see the moon Katha growing brighter and larger until you're sort of soaring past it. Ruidus, still strangely distant, but strangely brighter than you would expect. And you continue floating up as you're pulled up towards this archer. She's enormous, a white sort of outline against the black night sky. The stars of her belt and her bow still prominent, but now you can see that they aren't just stars. They're sort of like an ivory buckle on black leather, silver end caps on an ebony bow. And you float upwards towards her until you reach just the her outstretched index finger, and you're smaller than just the tip of her finger. And the perspective shifts as you're lifted and pulled up, and she deposits you in this sort of gleaming chair on the tip of this arrow, which she then re-knocks. You feel yourself now slowly moving backwards as she pulls the arrow back, and then aiming at the dull red dot in the distance of Ruidus. And as your vision sort of locks onto this, the arrow releases, and you're surging forward at blinding speed, your body shuddering along with this arrow, the stars whipping past. And slowly Ruidus begins to glow brighter as you get closer and closer to it, until it's the size of a pinhead, the size of a mulberry, the size of an acorn. And now that you can see it clearly, you can tell that there's something strange about it. It's not really a red the way you expected, but rather a marbled ball flickering in colors between purples and reds and blues. And it looks like a sphere at first, but then you notice colors shifting and rippling over the surface of the sphere, and you can tell that it's not really a sphere, but really a shape with an enormous number of facets, like a dome. And as you watch, it sort of shivers and compresses, and the number of facets on it decreases. And it shivers and compresses down to a cube, down to a pyramid, until finally the shape shudders and collapses in on itself. And with it, your vision sort of winks out into blackness, and you're fully asleep.
Wow.
So, actually, so today we were going to have a shorter episode, and we were going to end at 3, but actually I think that is probably a good place to stop. So we'll end our first session there, shorter session, and we'll say that all of you can level up to level 2 before next session. I was going to do that a little bit later, but I think this is a good place to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll see where your investigations bring you next session.
Right.
Nice.
Love it.
I'm glad I went outside.
That's cool. So chat, obviously, this is our first session. I think it went pretty well. There's a lot of it. It was exciting for not only like my own character development and seeing that play out, but also like seeing everyone else's and coming into their characters and the personalities that are at play. I feel good about this campaign.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun moving forward. And next time it'll be 3 hours, so we'll have like a break in between. But yeah.
Yes, and so next time we have another member of the group, Dana, who was missing today. I was going to try to bring his character in at the beginning of next session. It'll probably happen a little bit into next session, like at the break or something. Mm-hmm. But yes, so we'll have our final member joining us next week.
Hell yeah. And as we continue doing these as well, y'all can see the overlay I have right now. There are many things that I want to do to it to make it even better, but the chat will have it'll be a little bit cleaner to look at, because right now it's just like and we'll probably have a logo at some point too for the Zemnian Knot as well.
I just popped over to Twitch. I hadn't seen what it looked like, because I didn't want to have it going while I was talking. But wow, that looks great.
Thank you. Yeah,
needs more papyrus.
Shut up! We're not putting any papyrus on this.
Papyrus.
Don't you start, babe.
Papyrus.
Will.
My star map is in papyrus.
Oh, God damn it.
Perfect.
I think we both know as graphic designers that papyrus is the best font there is out there. So
I'm so mad that you point out to me that what's that movie?
Oh, Avatar?
Avatar is straight up in papyrus,
really?
and I didn't even notice
blew
it.
my mind.
Really? Oh, that's
And I was
great.
just like,
The exact same one.
That's great.
That's really sad.
SNL did a skit on that, I think, with Ryan Gosling.
Oh my
it's
God.
really good. It's really good.
Actually, that was fun. Where they were like looking at different.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's so frustrating. Babe, I know you gotta go soon, so
Yes.
don't feel
Yes, we're
like
having a shorter session today because Kamara, you're going and hopping on a plane, right?
I'm hopping on a plane. So
zooming.
thanks, guys. This was fun. Next time we do it, I'll be back home. So me and Will will be in the same frame. But
Yeah, we'll either be in the same frame, depending on how you want to do it too. If you wanted to be in the living room, you could, or if you wanted to be here, you could. Either way.
yeah, I'll sit next to you during D&D.
Okay.
IRL.
Aw. Love it.
Cool. All right, guys.
Love you.
All
See
right,
you
see you next week.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.